brought to you by Accenture Extended Reality. This is Field of View.
I am fascinated by this concept of the bionic man and obviously wearable technology that is completely invisible. Can you tell us a little bit more on how it works, actually? Obviously, you don't have to spill the beans on any of your secret sauce and patents here publicly on our podcast, but we would like to understand a little bit more how this magic is working in some way.
How's it possible? Yeah.
Sure. Well, what we're doing is taking all the power and capability and features of your mobile phone and sticking a lot of them into the contact lens, and then some things still stay outside the mobile phone or outside the contact lens in another device that may be your mobile phone or maybe some other wearable device that you have on your person. But if you look at your mobile phone, what's the first thing that dictates its size and even its power? The screen. Well, so we're taking the entire screen off the mobile phone, and we figured out how to shrink it down to something that's less than 1 millimeter in size and stick it in the middle of the contact lens and display information directly to your retina that can look like it's coming off your mobile phone or look like anything that you see at the end of the day. And so to do that, what does it take to do that? Well, first it takes power. So we've had to figure out how to integrate power into a contact lens. It's not just a simple, dumb piece of plastic anymore. It's a simple, dumb piece of plastic, but it has components inside it. And first thing it has is we've integrated battery technology. We've developed thin film, solid state, biologically safe battery technology that we hope will power it all day or a substantial number of hours through your day. And with that power, we can then do things. We can do computing. So we've integrated a microprocessor directly, an ARM core microprocessor directly into the contact lens for doing all kinds of
on the contact
tasks.
lenses. The
Directly
microprocessor is there. Oh my God.
Yes. The next thing it has to do, of course, is it has to communicate. So it needs some place to get the information that it's going to show to you, display to you. It needs a way to communicate with the cloud. So we've integrated a high-speed radio, a modem, directly into the contact lens that can talk to this other device that we call a wearable accessory, a relay. And that relay can then talk Bluetooth to your mobile phone, which can talk LTE, 4G or 5G to the cloud, or that wearable accessory can talk Wi-Fi directly to the cloud and therefore all the servers in the cloud. So the computing experience and computing technology, part of it's in the lens, part of it's in the relay, part of it's in your mobile phone, part of it's in the cloud. Just like today, your mobile phone has computing on the mobile phone, but part of it happens in the cloud too. We've just added a couple more devices in the chain, and they all communicate together, and between them, they do all the computation that you're going to need. The next thing that's in the contact lens that's in your mobile phone is sensors. Your mobile phone, when you move it around, it detects what direction you're going and what direction you're pointing, and it knows when you're turning it and twisting it and moving it around. And that is done through IMUs, inertial motion sensors, basically accelerometers, gyroscopes, and magnetometers, tiny little devices, tiny little sensors. We've integrated all of those directly into the contact lens, so we can tell when you're moving your eye, how fast, how far. We can tell what your eye's looking at, basically, which direction you're looking and which direction you're moving, etc. So all that's integrated in the contact lens. Then there's an image sensor. We want to understand, in order to help you remember things, to help you control things, help you do any activities. We have a small, very low resolution image sensor that's directly in the contact lens. It's not good enough for taking pictures, not good enough for doing video and putting on Instagram, but it is good enough for computer vision, because computer vision doesn't need all that many pixels. And so with that, we can then download the information that's coming off that image sensor. We can put it in through image processing, AI, computer vision technology, and we can do all kind of things to recognize what we're looking at, recognize a stop sign if we're looking at a stop sign, or recognize we're looking at a person, recognize we're looking at our phone, recognize we're looking at our steering wheel, etc. And through that, you can do all kind of experiences that your phone cannot do today, because you're not carrying your phone in front of your face at all times. Whereas
so how do you Like, so we've got this technology, and I guess, like, when I think about the CPU on one of our VR ready PCs that we've made, for example, and that can be, like, let's say, it can go down to the size of a quarter or something like that. So can you actually say, what does it actually take to take something like that, or take a CPU and take all of these powers, even the batteries, and shrink it down in size enough to be able to fit it on a contact lens?
It takes the same thing it does even in your mobile phone, the continuation of Moore's law, the continued shrinking of ASIC, application-specific integrated circuit technology, the same technology that is used in your microprocessor in your desktop or in your phone. Companies like Intel, companies like TSMC build incredible chips at this point, and we're leveraging all the multiple decades, 5-6 decades, whatever it's been now, of continued shrinkage of integrated circuit, deep semiconductor technology, and the ability to put incredible power on incredible small pieces of silicon. And then we're taking those incredible small pieces of silicon, putting it in a contact lens that's in your eye.
So Drew, is it can we create some actual scenarios of how these contact lenses could be utilized in a normal life to make this thing a little bit more real to people? I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind, for example, is in a room filled with people where you're doing networking, you could potentially connect your contact lenses to LinkedIn and get the names and job description of every person in the room, and eventually go to this person and even understand if this person likes you or dislikes you because of the micro expression and why you're talking to this person. Is this one of the applications that we could expect in the future?
Sometime in the future, we're being very careful introducing that level of technology. We can do that, but it's not clear the society is ready for that level of technology. There's an awful lot of ethics and things that have not been worked out in all the law regarding privacy and security and things like that we're being extremely careful about, so that people trust us, that we're only doing things that both the wearer and the person being looked at are comfortable with. We want everybody to trust that it's safe to put this in their eye and it's safe to have that kind of information. But those things are absolutely possible. It becomes a software feature, software function at that point in time.
Sorry, go on, Daniel.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say that from big power comes big responsibility, just to cite one of my favorite Marvel characters. But anyway,
one of my favorite as well.
Exactly.
Did you know you can catch this full episode of Field of View and more by subscribing on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts? To not miss another immersive technology moment, subscribe today.